Harrison's Photo Video Shop have all the new accessories you need for photography. They have a wide range of up-to-date cameras and lenses, home developing equipment and second-hand cameras and lenses, film processing service, all that a photographer needs at Harrison's Photo Video Shop off the Moor, London Road, Sheffield. Kim and Mary are no strangers to Derbyshire potholes. Today they're going to do Giant's Hole round trip, which undertakes walking from the entrance in the stream, then down Giant's Highway to the first ladder pitch, following the stream down the crab walk, through the Vice and over Razor Edge Cascade to the Eating House, where the northeast high level passage takes them back through the windpipe and back to the ladder downs. This takes approximately 4 hours.
Yeah, okay then. Yeah, all right.
Giant's Hole is 3 miles west of Castleton. The track is on the north side of the road between Winnett's Head Pass and Eldon Hill Quarry. It takes you to Peakshill Farm where Tom Watson, the landowner, lives. Permission must be sought and a small fee paid. Giant's Hole flows easterly of the line of Swallocks, which are located along the base of Russet Edge from P0 Perryfoot to P12 Giant's Hole Cave. The water flows in a southeast direction to be next seen at the surface at Russet Well, Castleton. The cave has been the mecca for potholers for generations. Any weekend will bring out its admirers. It is one of the more sporting of the Derbyshire caves and has all sporting aspects from roomy passages and wet crawls. In addition, Giant's Hole is not without its secrets. History of exploration of the cave is dated that of 1906 when J.W. Buttrell was the first to pass the curtain. It would appear highly probable that the old miner had entered the cave and done some exploration in the search for lead. The old cave explorers missed the entrance to Pillar Crawl. Some initials of the lead miner, John Tim, are carved in there.
Hello, Tom, alright?
Yeah, fine, nice to see you.
I've been up for a
Yeah,
while. Weather's a bit better than it has been. Nicer, but yeah, it's all mud at the moment, isn't it?
So wet.
There's quite a few down here today,
Yeah.
though, so it can't be too bad down there. So, yeah, that's what we're wanting to do, if that's alright.
That's
go on
fine.
there.
Yes, okay.
Okay
So
then.
might see you later.
Yeah,
Okay.
alright, we'll see you
Alright,
a bit
see you
then.
then.
See you,
Bye-bye.
Tom. Bye.
The entrance is a few minutes walk in a small valley between Middle Hill and Peakshill. It's a large cave swallow, a small stream draining the marshy area at the foot of Russet Edge flows into the cave. The cave entrance is some 3 metres high by 5 metres wide. In flood conditions, it should not be underestimated by the experienced cavers. An easy walk from the entrance in this now roomy passage going under which used to be the curtain. A step up on the left wall was the start of Pillar Crawl, 12 metres long, 15 inches high. They are walking down Giant's Highway called Shingle Shuffle, then Backwash Sump. In 1952, BSA members started work on Backwash Sump. After a lot of hard work in this remote place, Ken Pierce, on the 23rd of May 1954, was the first to plunge through the sump to the sound of rushing water. In the 60s, a decision was made to remove all these obstructions in an event of a rescue. It brings you out in Lion Hall. The stream is coming out of a bedding. This chamber is approximately 20 metres high by 5 metres wide. A fine sheet of white flowstone covers the right wall. The roof steps down. One must stoop a little before the first pitch, called Garland's Pot, so named after the 1954 Garland's Week in Castleton. An 8-metre ladder and rope are required. The stream flows over ragged edges of the chert beds for 2 metres before flowing over the pitch, which so throws back the noise of its fall, and much shouting goes on here. The ladder swings clear of the wall. Mary starts to climb down, lifelined by Kim. After descending this, you are at the start of the 610-metre high and narrow passage called the Crab Walk, aptly named after a crab which walks sideways. In places, the canyon maintains an average height of 15 metres. After a further 116 metres, the 15-metre climb to the upper series is reached. They will climb down at this point on their return.
Right, I'm still leave BDA Choppy and Mary. Collect it on the way back. Okay.
They continue down the long and narrow passage, passing under small drippers. Then to a squeeze called the Vice, impossible to overlook. Here a shower of water from above comes down the passage walls, and the stream racing along around one's ankles. Immediately through the squeeze, razor edge, you climb down over the razor edge. Further 30 metres leads to Cadillac Cascade. The iron ladder was put in over 20 years ago and is still in good order. Given Mary come into Great Lead Passage, where it resumes once again its steady gradient. At the second sum, they are approximately 1 kilometre from the entrance, in depth 121 metres and 2 hours in. They are now on their return. From the eating out, a small inlet stream enters from above. The left leads to St Valentine's Summit from the lower siphon, Geology Pot and East Canal. They climb the chain, which is the start of the northeast passage, Maggins Rift, to the first of two 13-metre climbs, going past Poached Egg Passage. At the bottom of Ghost Rift, Giant's Windpipe is to be approached. No more walking, but a small, flat-out, low, wet crawl. At its lowest point, the water is halfway up the passage. A small outlet hole stops it from flooding to the roof. Coming to the junction, going right, on the left is Handshake Crawl, 54 metres long but too tight. The main passage eventually becomes larger, where white formations are to be found in the roof. At the end, a small tube, then the sound of roaring water can be heard in the distance. Eventually it breaks into the roof of the crab walk. Meters of careful traversing to the point where they climb down, back into the streamway a few minutes from Garland's Pot. Kim and Mary get back to the surface to find it pouring with rain. After walking back to the car, very windswept, they sit in the warm farmhouse having a nice cup of tea, entertained by Skip the dog.
We actually went for a couple of years, didn't we? To
Yeah.